A new face arrives in Cedar Falls. High school sophomore Emily Walker stands tall, a dream of varsity glory burning within her. Tryouts loom, the stage for ultimate triumph or crushing defeat. Rivals watch closely as Emily steps onto court, heart pounding in anticipation. The pressure mounts as Jasmine O'Neill, reigning team captain, eyes her potential successor with disdain. 2 days of intense competition unfold, each player battle for coveted roster spots. Emily's fate hangs in the balance as tryout results are announced. Like and subscribe for more stories like this one. Emily Walker had dreamed of becoming a varsity basketball player since she first laced up her sneakers in 5th grade. 4 years later, with high school sophomore year dawning, it was time to prove herself worthy of those lofty aspirations. Walking onto the gymnasium floor for the teen tryouts, Emily's heart pounded like a jackhammer. She had always been athletic and tall for her age, but varsity talent ran deep in their small Kansas town, home to rival high schools with storied basketball traditions. The Cedar Falls Tigers were no exception, 3 state championships in the past 5 years. Yet Emily was determined to earn one of the coveted 12 roster spots. "You got this," he whispered, his warm breath against her ear. Emily flashed him a quick smile, drawing confidence from his presence and unwavering support. Across the court, Jasmine O'Neill, the reigning team captain and 3-time All-State selection, eyed Emily with disdain. Rumors had circulated that Coach Owens was considering benching Jasmine due to inconsistent performance, making Emily an ideal replacement. That notion infuriated Jasmine, who strove for absolute dominance on the court. Throughout the tryouts, Emily gave her all, executing each maneuver flawlessly and showing an uncanny ability to read plays before they unfolded. Coach Owens watched intently, jotting notes as she evaluated potential team members. After 2 exhausting days of intense competition, tryout results were announced in the school gymnasium. To Emily's dismay, her name wasn't among those called out as varsity selections. Instead, she found herself among the junior varsity players, a crushing blow to her aspirations. Disappointment hung heavy in the air as Emily slumped against a locker, Parker consoling her with a firm embrace. "You'll get 'em next year," he assured her, trying to lift her spirits. But Emily couldn't shake off the sting of rejection. It wasn't until they arrived at practice that she realized how much she had been underestimated by Coach Owens and the rest of the varsity team. As she joined the junior varsity players on the court, Emily quickly recognized their weaknesses, their inability to work together cohesively or execute plays flawlessly. Her extensive knowledge from watching varsity practices and her natural athleticism soon made her invaluable to this younger group. As practice progressed, Emily discovered that being part of a team wasn't just about individual skill, it was about understanding your role and contributing in any way possible. She took on the responsibility of mentoring younger players and fine-tuning their techniques. Through these efforts, she fostered camaraderie among them and helped elevate the overall performance. Emily's dedication didn't go unnoticed by Coach Owens, who began to see her as more than a promising talent. She was an invaluable asset to both the varsity and junior varsity teams. The once rejected sophomore had found her true calling on the court, leading her teammates through grueling practices with confidence and enthusiasm. Back at home, Parker noticed Emily's transformation from dejected tryout participant to spirited teen leader. He couldn't help but admire not only her resilience but also her newfound strength as a role model within their school community. As the season unfolded, Emily's rise to prominence continued unabated. Her skills had matured, and she possessed an uncanny ability to anticipate and react to opponents' strategies, a trait that would serve the team well in upcoming tournaments. With each victory, both on and off the court, Emily found herself drawn into a tight-knit circle of teammates who respected her dedication and appreciated her guidance. Jasmine, while still a formidable opponent, began to recognize the depth of Emily's talent and the value she brought to the team, dynamic developing an unlikely friendship that would aid them in their quest for success. The Tigers were poised for another championship run, with Emily Walker at the forefront, a remarkable journey from rejected tryout participant to varsity star. As the season's end drew near, one thing was certain. This small Kansas town had produced a player destined for greatness, someone whose name would echo through Cedar Falls High School history books for generations to come. But as thrilling as their victories were, Emily knew that the true measure of her success lay in how well she led and inspired those around her. And with each win, she proved herself worthy not only of her own accomplishments, but also the respect and admiration of her peers. The question now was, what challenges awaited them on the road to the state championship? Would they overcome the obstacles thrown their way, culminating in a thrilling finale that would cement Emily's place among school legends? Only time would tell. But one thing was certain. The Cedar Falls Tigers were ready for whatever lay ahead, fueled by their collective spirit and Emily Walker's unwavering determination. As the Tigers cruised through the regular season, Emily's star continued to rise. Her relentless work ethic and passion for the game made her an invaluable asset to the team. She led by example on and off the court, pushing teammates to their limits during practice, while offering support when emotions ran high. One afternoon, as they prepared for a crucial tournament match against their longtime rivals from Wichita, Emily reflected on how far she'd come since those early tryout days. Her relationship with Jasmine had shifted dramatically. A begrudging respect now underpinned their intense competitions on the court. Despite their rivalry, the two had developed an unlikely friendship, Jasmine often seeking Emily's counsel during difficult times. As the Cedar Falls Tigers and Wichita Warriors took to the court for the highly anticipated showdown, tension hung heavy in the gymnasium air. The packed stands buzzed with anticipation, while Coach Owens paced nervously along the sideline, a sure sign of her team's significance in this match. The first half proved a battle royal, with neither side willing to concede an inch. Emily and Jasmine clashed fiercely on both ends of the court, each attempting to outmaneuver the other for dominance. The Warriors' tall, physical forwards posed a formidable challenge, but the Tigers refused to back down. They fought tooth and nail for every rebound, loose ball, and shot opportunity. As the buzzer sounded ending the half, the score was deadlocked at 35, all a testament to both teams' grit and determination. Coach Owens gathered her players around her during halftime, emphasizing the importance of their team's identity, that unyielding tenacity that had carried them this far. Emily absorbed every word, knowing exactly how she could contribute to this battle for supremacy. She long ago learned to control her nerves under pressure, channeling those emotions into fierce competitiveness instead. With renewed resolve etched on her face, she strode back onto the court alongside her teammates. The second half unfolded with the same intensity as the first, each possession a war for territory. Emily and Jasmine continued their epic duel, a clash of wills that captivated both teams' fans and seemed to fuel the players themselves. With under 2 minutes remaining and Cedar Falls clinging to a 1-point lead, Jasmine drove hard to the basket, the ball seemingly glued to her fingertips as she weaved through defenders. But just as she appeared poised for an easy layup, Emily leapt into position, a perfect blend of strength and agility, and altered Jasmine's trajectory. The resulting contact sent both players crashing to the floor amidst a flurry of arms and legs, all while the crowd held its collective breath in anticipation of what would transpire from this critical sequence. The refs converged on the spot, arms raised as they deliberated over whether Emily's play had been fair or foul. Coach Owens anxiously awaited their decision, a split second that could change the course of the game forever. For Emily, time seemed to slow as she lay on the floor beside Jasmine, her mind racing through a myriad of possibilities. Would this crucial juncture prove her team's undoing, or would they emerge from it stronger? Finally, the whistle blew a call in favor of Cedar Falls, and both players reluctantly rose to their feet. With 1:18 remaining and their opponents forced to foul, Emily understood that she needed to capitalize on these precious seconds. She'd already contributed so much to her team's success. It was now time to deliver the final blow. In a blur of motion, Emily sprinted up the court, weaving past Wichita defenders with ease, their desperate attempts to contain her futile as they fell victim to her lightning-quick speed and agility. With only seconds remaining, she spotted an open teammate near the three-point line, a perfect opportunity to seal their hard-fought victory. As she launched a pinpoint pass toward that awaiting teammate, Emily felt an electric surge of excitement coursing through her veins, a sensation she'd grown accustomed to over these past few months. It was this joy, the thrill of competition, that drove her forward, pushed her beyond her perceived limits, and made everything else fade into insignificance. The ball sailed true, connecting with her teammates' fingertips just as the final buzzer sounded. The Cedar Falls Tigers had done it. They conquered their rivals and emerged victorious in a contest for the ages, a triumph that would be remembered long after the echoes of the crowd dissipated from this gymnasium wall. And Emily Walker, the sophomore sensation who defied all odds to reach this pinnacle of success, stood proudly among her teammates, her name etched forever into their storied history, the next chapter in a legacy destined to inspire generations of players yet to come. The story concludes here.